Hey there YouTube, so I have a new setup. I don't know how this is gonna look. I'm just going with the flow, you know what I'm saying? I bought a new light. It's one of those like lights that belong outside, you know, that you use like a work light, but I just kind of wanted a light, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't melt while I'm talking because it's hot. Anyway, so I promised you guys I would do a story time today because, well, I ran out of tag ideas, so I decided to do a story time like other people do. So yeah, and I don't have a chair this time. I'm not sitting down, I'm standing up, so if I do a lot of moving around, that's why. Anyways, so today's story is gonna be about the time that I called the cops for no reason and thought I was gonna get arrested. So, me and my family have been traveling. I want to say we were traveling from Louisiana back to Colorado. And so it was me, my brother, my sister, my mom. And so my mom stops at this gas station or whatever, you know, time to get some gas, time to refill up. And I'm just chilling in the car or whatever. And my sister went inside to like buy some snacks or whatever. So I'm chilling or whatever, and I'm like, I wonder if I could use the payphone. Like, I wonder if there's any money in it. Now, I don't remember why no one was paying attention to me because I don't remember how old I was. I think I was like 7 or 6. And so I'm like messing with the payphone, messing with numbers or whatever, because I'm thinking it's a phone. I should be able to call anybody I want, right? So I'm like dialing numbers on there. It's not going through. Nothing's working. And I'm like, well, if nothing's working, then 911 shouldn't work either. Well, so I'm like holding it and I press 911 and then it rings. I think it rang once and then it was like, 911, what is your emergency? And I was like, I didn't say anything. I just hung up the phone really, really quickly. And then I like ran to the car and I was like, Mom, let's go. Like, can we hurry up and go? I'm cold, I'm tired, I'm ready to get home. And she's like, calm down. We don't need to leave right away. Like, chill. And I'm like, Mom, please, we need to go now. And then my sister is like, I guess they like, the store clerk or whatever noticed me playing on the phone. So my sister is like tripping, like, what is wrong with you? What, like, why are you in such a rush to leave? Like, and so I'm just like sitting there like trying to hide or whatever. So I get like this big blanket and I put it over myself. So the cops arrived probably like within, it didn't take long. They were there like that. Like, you know, in movies and stuff, the cops take forever to show up or whatever. These cops were there in a nick of time. They were right there. And so when I see them pull up, I'm like, oh my God, we need to go now. Like, I am not about to get in trouble. So I like cover myself up with a blanket or whatever really, really quickly. And my sister is like, what's wrong? And I was like, I accidentally called the cops. And she's like, you do know that if you call the cops and it's not an emergency, then you're gonna get arrested. You can go to jail or whatever for prank calling the cops. And I'm like, but I didn't know. And so she's like, ooh, you gonna go to jail? So she's just egging it on the entire time, telling me that I'm gonna go to jail. So at this point, I'm so scared that like I'm this little kid, I'm about to go to jail with all the big people, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, my mom, you know, I didn't know anything about that. So I watch the cops, they go inside the store, they talk to the lady, and they're like, yeah, you know, somebody called or whatever. And then the lady turns to our car and she's like, yeah, that one right over there. Yeah, she's the one that called. And I'm like, oh my God, she just told on me. Like, I am dead. So then, so I think like that's when I like cover myself back up or whatever. So the cops come over to the car and they kneel down and they're like, excuse me, young lady. So my mom is tripping because she has no idea that I called the cops. So they're like, so she's like, what is going on? And they're like, you know, it's wrong to call the police when there's no emergency. And I was like, no. And so I literally have tears because I think I'm about to go to jail. And then they're like, yeah, it's a crime, you know, to call if you're not, you know, in emergency, because technically you're like doing a prank call or whatever, but because you're so young, you don't know that or whatever, but you can't do that. It's wrong. Don't ever do that again unless it's a real emergency. And they're like, and then I was like, am I gonna go to jail? And they're like, no, you're not gonna go to jail. And I was like, thank God. Like, and so they're like, but please just never do that again unless it's an emergency, okay? And I was like, okay. So of course they left or whatever, and my mom is like, why did you call the cops? What is wrong with you? Like, and I'm like, I don't know, because I just wanted to see if they'd answer. Like, I couldn't call no one else, so I wanted to call the cops. I didn't think they would answer, because I thought, because it was a payphone and I couldn't call home and you have to pay for it, I figured you have to pay to call the cops too. But of course, you know, like I said, I was like 6 or 7. I was really young. So yeah, that was like the worst experience. Needless to say, like, you know, I've never called the cops again in a non-emergency situation. I learned my lesson. So that was my story on the time that I called the cops and thought I was gonna get arrested. That will be the description of this video, because I mean, that is what it is. Anyways, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it made you laugh, and please give it a big thumbs up. Comment below what you thought, if you have any thoughts on this, and comment your experience. Have you ever called the cops on accident or on purpose? And go ahead and subscribe. I mean, if you made it this far, why not? I know you're gonna click on my profile and you're gonna look at the rest of my videos anyways, so you might as well, right? It won't hurt you, I swear. Anyways, so I hope you have a blessed day, year, night, whenever you're watching this video, and stay awesome.
I took your girl last week, now I'm trying to be her man. I don't